Hello everyone and welcome to our fifth, or is it, I don't remember, a preview live stream of a upcoming update. Today we are going to Rainpunk update part 1. It's once again going to be divided into 2 parts at least. Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. Let us know or 6th time who's been with us all the time, every time when we were live streaming. It's good to see familiar faces. Hello, this time I know how to pronounce your nickname. Thanks for letting me know. Hello everyone. Hello all our new viewers, subscribers. Thank you very much for following us. So Glodar, thank you. Tardy Cloaks, Word, Ballista Freak, thank you very much. Pergil, Friedan, and once again, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your names. I'm doing my best all the time. Sassy Gamer Lady, hello. Thank you for following us and joining us today. And everyone who is here. So, without further ado, let's introduce ourselves. I know we have those fancy names, but I'm Łukasz, or Luke. You Luke from Discord or Steam, and I'm here with Michał.
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Michał is our programmer. He goes by Telhurin on Steam and Discord. You might also know him. And as we are talking about Rainpunk today, which is like the thing that Michał has been occupied with for the last 3 months, I thought it's best to have him here today with us. So please let me know if there are issues with sound, and I see there is already some problem, so we'll take care of it. Okay. So I'll fix it fast. Apology, happens sometimes. Trying to various head, but perhaps we overtuned it. Okay, so let me know if it's better or not. Okay, so Rainpunk update is coming tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. UTC. Yeah, we have our minions here who are helping us and letting us know if it's going all right or not. Okay, thank you, and thank you very much for confirming. Okay, so next you'll have to listen closely to Michał and let us know if everything's all right with his voice as well. Okay, so let's move on to the game. And Michał, let us know what is happening on the screen. Why are we on the world map? Is there anything new on the world map layer?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we are on the world map because first we need to check the Foldering City. As you will see, some upgrades have been changed. For the reasons we will discuss later, we had to introduce some additional bonuses that will help you in the early stage of the game. So here, for example, in the Brass Forge level 2, you will see you can now have 5 planks in your initial caravan, and those kind of upgrades are scattered through the Citadel. If I recall correctly, we also increased the maximum level and changed the order of some upgrades as well. But the changes here are mainly to facilitate the bonuses to the embarkation goods, and also to the Obsidian Archive level 6, where you now unlock the Rainpunk engines, and also you get 10 pipes as you begin your journey. So, as I have unlocked everything, you can see that I click here. You have every single caravan now has planks, fabric, and bricks, if you have unlocked everything, because it's initially 5, but then it scales with other upgrades in the Citadel. And for everyone who didn't play the experimental. The Rainpunk is our is us trying to rework how the Blightrot is generated, and the basic concept is now we have engines that are powered by the rainwater, which is we'll see we will gather via geysers, and you use this water to boost your industry production. And only if you are using those engines, you are generating blight. So you can choose to boost it and pay the price in Blightrot, or you can just skip it entirely. I mean, on the lower difficulties you can, on the higher difficulties it will be much harder to play it without them, but the concept is the same. Like, it's up to you when you decide to pay the price for boosting your industry, and the Blightrot is no longer a passive tax that is imposed upon you. Okay, so we're gonna play just a regular game on real woodlands. Let me see. Yeah, sure. Harpies and beavers would be okay. Let's go with scrolls. Prestige 15 looks enough. And we can take parts. We can't take any additional buildings. Probably the best. Like this. Okay, so initially nothing really changed that much. Oh, sorry. Start the game a bit. We have still at the back flags.
That was fast.
Yeah. One of the easiest victories, I would say. Okay. And once again.
So while we are here, there was a question, is anything brought down to add those starting materials, or is it just a flat buff to players?
Okay, so the reason why we had to add those goods is because across the board, almost every recipe in the game was the duration of the recipes was increased. So it's about 30% longer than it used to be, to actually facilitate open the place for the Rainpunk engines and the buffs they are giving. So across the board, everything is a bit slower. And to help you overcome that, before you get any access to any rainwater or build a pump or pipe the buildings, you have some additional tools that will help you go faster through the early part of the game. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So initially, like, not much have changed. Like, you will see, it's still early. We are still working on this hat, but here you can see three types of like the levels of three types of water. So we have a drizzle water, clearance water, which is reversed for some reason, and storm water. So three types of water depending on the season in which the rain fall, and you use them in different kind of buildings. So for example, the drizzle water is green. It's used to boost food production. Then you have clearance water, which is yellowish orange, like sun water, and it is used to boost crafting related buildings. And you have storm water, which is heavy volatile water used for industry. So for example, you can mouse over on any workshop and see that food workstation uses storm water because industry building. It also has a new recipe, which is called pipes. It's a new good introduced in the game. You can use it can be done only, it can be crafted only with metal bars, and it can be used to connect buildings, like so unlock their engines and basically pipe them to the system. And also it can be used for upgrading buildings or even solving some glade events. So you start with, you have access to it, you have now this recipe unlocked every time in Food Workstation. It's on the same level as everything else. It's also, in, if I recall correctly, in Smelter and in Manufactory, but don't, and I'm not exactly sure those are them. Yeah, so, and you start with some basic amount of them. As soon as you unlock the Rainpunk in the Citadel, you'll have like 10 of them, then it will scale with other upgrades in the Citadel. So I have 14 of them. I need to pay 5 to connect the building. It doesn't scale with the Prestige Fire. And also I have something called Geyser Pump. So as we will play, we will discover geysers on various types of geysers on the glades, and we will have to build the pumps to harness their pressure, basically. Okay.
Yeah, so there are already some questions.
Sure.
Besides flavor, what is the difference between the 3 types of water? And also another feedback. Drizzle, clearance, storm is the usual.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's reversed on that. So, is there a difference besides flavor? The difference is that I think I can spoil it, but the drizzle water is mainly found on small glades, and the blue one, the storm one, and the clearance one is found on mostly on dangerous and forbidden glades. It's not like strict rule, but it's in a way. And also it is used to build different kind of buildings, right? So drizzle water, green water is used for food production, and does that answer the question?
We'll see about that. If you have any additional questions or would like some additional explanation, also let us know. So Nerial asks, so this is to encourage opening small glades?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. It's because the green water is the most useful early on when you're struggling with the food. Like, you don't necessarily need some late game crafting boost, but you could really use some boost to the food production, especially that I will actually my buildings. Go with Trapper. So yeah, as I said, we have a new recipe, the smelter. Suboptimal. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one later. Okay, so yeah, it was basically made. It's one of the reasons, yes, to enhance the viability of the small glades. In my opinions, they are already pretty viable, and most of us just like missed when it happened that they started to become viable. But it will be even more of a choice, especially early on when you need this. And this boost to the food production can be really good.
Hello, Food for Fairies. Yes, you're a bit late, but we've only just started. We were fixing some technical issues at the beginning, but to get you up to speed, we are now playing the new upcoming update, the Rainpunk update part 1, which is scheduled to be released tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. UTC. Depends on how fast we can deploy it and how well the Steam update works. Yeah, so we've only just started. We've explained that there are 3 types of geysers from which you can gather 3 different types of water. Flavor-wise, they are connected to seasons. So there is a clearance water, drizzle water, and storm water. They have different colors and serve different purposes. Okay, Michał, so what's going on? What's happening right now? You've chosen an order. Perhaps, I know that people find it interesting. If you could tell, why did you pick this particular order, or why do you pick this particular perk? So, like, to give some insights.
Sure. Before we get to the glades, which I choose to open as soon as possible, in case I can find any early geysers. So now I'm actually thinking about this timed order because I left my peak and I have a clothier here. I also have building materials to build it, so I could manage to actually pull this one off. Yeah, I think I will go for the timed one. Probably need to redirect some effort towards it, so our defenses places, but I'm ready to pay that price. We also wanted to encourage a bit of early exploration, a bit encourage playing wide early on, because it's becoming a bit stale. Like it's the best tactic almost always is to avoid any exploration early on. And with the changes to the geysers, to the recipes, we wanted to actually use some more incentive to out the glades early on, because there's always a possibility that you will get a blue one or the green one, and very beneficial, especially if you can use it almost right away. Except that, like, one cool addition is the corruption prediction counter on the hat. So basically, it's value. So I would say the only value that you are really interested in, how much corruption will your hearth get during the next storm? Like, let's say in the worst scenario where you don't burn anything. So basically you have in every second you can check how your Blightrot situation looks like. Do you have to react? Do you have to maybe start thinking about light post or just preparing more fuel? It won't be any danger now because we are not using an engine. We'll see that this is actually one of our intentions. So early on, the corruption won't be a problem because you won't be using engines that much. But in the late game, when you will boost like crazy because you find various geysers across the map, the corruption, like the blight, can actually spread quite heavily. One of the changes is that previously there was like another tab here with a blight summary, basically. So with each production, let's say I was making plank, here was information that, hey, for each planks produced, the crude workstation would get, I don't know, like 10% of corruption, of Blightrot, sorry. And one building could only, oh, great. it's the yellow geyser, not the best one early on, but we will still find some use for it, I think. So here's
it's the yellow water. People on the chat are scared of the yellow water. No, they wouldn't like to be near one.
Yeah, it's a sun water, yeah, but don't drink it. Yeah, probably not the best idea. So we could build a geyser pump here, but I will actually wait a bit, just because I'm not sure if I have. Oh, actually, I have. Actually, that would be pretty good to have it as soon as possible, so we can make more clothing. So I will schedule the geyser pump construction, and I will also connect the clothier to the pipe system. So here you can see the engines panel. There are two engines. One is the main engine basically, and the secondary engine. It looks complicated, but it's not that bad. So let's wait. Let's them construct. We could play here. We could increase the engines, but we don't have any water. Like the tank is empty. We will get a notification that there is not enough rainwater to sustain it. Nothing basically will happen. No blight will be acquired from the building. Just we have nothing to use. But we will. Okay, so as I was saying previously, you could only accumulate 3 cysts on one building. You couldn't destroy this building, you couldn't move this building. It was kind of annoying and also limiting, because once you got the 3 Blightrot cysts, like nothing really bothered you that much on that building. Like there was no downside of producing even more, because it wouldn't spread, it wouldn't affect you in any way besides those 2 Blightrot cysts. And because of that, on higher difficulties, we had to make this strict limit that, yeah, 3 cysts and you have to have a blight post. Now it's different. Now it's, when you hover here, we say that the footprint of this recipe ranges from 0% to 50%. And it depends on how much water do you actually use here. And we'll get back to this point, but what's important is that now the blightrot will spread. So if I use water like crazy in this one building, oh great, blue one. A blue one actually will be pretty good, because I can connect it I would connect it to the to the crude workstation, but I don't have enough pipes. So actually, yeah, all good. Okay, so here's my pump. It looks like, I don't know how to look. Turtle?
I think it's frog. I don't know.
I mean, it's. I'm actually curious what you can see. Okay, so here's.
Okay, chat. Let us know what can you see. What is this building? What's this face? What's this? What is this?
Let us know, because we are not sure what's in the John's mind.
It's a snail.
It's a snail. Huh?
Yeah, everyone's sure it's a snail.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's our pump. It's producing clearance water. 2 of them, like two with each production cycle. Each geyser pump has like a tank that is like a global limit of the water you can accumulate. So let's assign a here, and I will show you how it works. So just like with any other building, he will actually go to rest, because he's a lazy piece of and only now he will go to produce. He will produce the water as in any other building. Let's speed it up. Sure, perfect. Now we have 2 water to use out of 50. If I would build another geyser pump on the clearance geyser, I would have 100 capacity of in the tank. Curious if you can finish it. So, but let's go back here. Okay, So there are two engines, the main one and the second one. The main one is the industry engine. It's like the way to boost production. So you can see that with each level of water used, which is 3 is the maximum, you get some bonus to the production. The first one is production speed 30%. The second one is the production chance for extra production 20%, and there is another 40% production speed. So let's say I was doing codes in minute 36. If I use the water now, and you can see already that it's suggesting that the blight will be more of a problem. It went up it went down significantly. Okay, so this is the main engine, and the second engine is for workers' condition. So get 5 resolve, like each worker here will get 5 resolve for each level of the engine. You can already see it. Harpies would actually start getting reputation with those bonus, because there are only 4 of them, and rounding to 2. And you can see my water is being used. It was taken from the main tank. There is no actually like charges or anything. The beaver here will keep using, and the harpies will be using it here. Okay, so what's different is that this engine using water for each worker assigned to it. So you can see like the water is being used, and as they get the bonus for just being there, the water is used passively for each worker. If I unassign 2 workers, it won't patch, like it won't use any more water, so we don't have to micromanage and stop the engines because I don't know, we have only 1 worker and it isn't as viable as with say 4 workers, right? Or you are not using this building at this moment, and so you don't have to manage. The second engine is a bit different. It's using the water per ongoing production. So only if they are actually producing, it's using the water. So it says that it will use 2 units of water for each ongoing production. They are actually not producing anything right now, because I don't have any materials for them, but yeah, they would use the water if they would producing something. So you can see that as I'm increasing the engine level, my Blightrot rate, so how much I'm generating Blightrot, is increasing, and that is to suggest you that it comes with a cost, right? Okay, I know that's a lot to explain, a lot of talking, but it's not that complicated, not as complicated as it looks like.
Yeah, and if you forget how it works, we are also adding a new tab to Encyclopedia, so you can always open it, go search for Rainpunk, and take your time, read how it works, try it yourselves. Of course, you can experiment with the system, and I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll do best.
I talked so much that actually year passed without me anything significant. I just hope we can do it on time. I'm not sure if we will. I have only 5 beavers, so it depends on if they're taking breaks, which actually send them to the hearth. They are closer if they need to take a break. You can also control the engines by holding tab and just do it from the overlay, so you don't have to go inside. Once you understand all the bonuses, which you will, because they are all the same in all the buildings, you can change it on the.
Okay, important question. Rainpunk, will it be available from the start of the game or certain difficulty? So basically, are there any differences from how it worked before?
So it will be a bit weird because in our mind we knew the game previously. In our mind, the Blightrot and the Rainpunk is connected, but the Blightrot is from the spirit difficulty, right? So the Blightrot and corruption won't be there on the first two difficulties. It will be just the same. And the Rainpunk engines are unlocked in the Citadel. So when you initially start the game, there won't be this tab, there won't be those bars. This feature will be basically locked out. And as you progress in the Citadel, if I recall correctly, it's an archive level 6. So it's not far, but it's far enough so it doesn't confuse new players. It doesn't bring additional load that they don't actually need that much on the lower difficulty. So yeah.
And will gazers show up before you unlock Rainpunk?
Yeah, they will. They will. Just to let you know that there is something. Just in the same manner as you can see the icons for consumption control before you actually you unlock it in the Citadel. Just so you know that it exists and you need to unlock it. Bars, but it's only. So another thing that we really wanted to change is, or maybe improve, was to give more viable way to use metal early on, because you can use them for tools and for barrels, you can use them for training gear, but those all pretty late game stuff, especially tools and training gear, and like basically all of them are late game, and we wanted to give you some encouragement to invest in metal branch early on, because as you will see, I will make 4 pipes, which will be enough for us to. It won't be enough. I will probably destroy this geyser, build this pipe, build the pipe here on the storm motor, and connect the crude workstation just to boost the initial production of those goods.
Schubert is asking, do you start with some pipes? I came a bit late. Yes, they are available in every in every caravan that you pick at the beginning, right?
Yeah, when you unlock the Rainpunk in the Citadel, one of the upgrades is that you now start with 10 pipes. If you unlock every upgrade that is scaling your embark bonuses, it'll be 14. So 14 pipes. It's always enough to build at least one. Even on the high prestige, it's enough to build one pump and connect one building.
Okay, another question from Issues. Does production speed snapshot at the start of production, or is it adjusted real time?
It's adjusted real time. So let's see. I can't actually do it because I haven't connected it, but it's adjusted real time. So no micromanagement, nano management of turning it on and off. And also you don't lose anything by reducing it, because, for example, you want water in another building, or you consider it much of a cost. Because that is something that will happen quite a lot, that you will acquire some Blightrot cyst because of the engines, and you will realize that it's actually a threat, and then go like disable all the engines to make sure you won't be the HERF won't be overwhelmed during the storm. That's the option we actually missed a lot in the previous system, of like another way to deal with blight, or at least to stop it from generating once you've decided, okay, that's enough, that is going to be a problem. Like previously, the only thing you could do is just build another lighting post. If there's a baptism fire, with very useful, because I have 2 geysers and I will create a lot of Blightrots. Definitely.
I've got another question, this time from our sound producer, who is interested whether we intentionally tuned down music or not, because
it's too loud.
No, he cannot hear it. Of course, he was yesterday. He thought he cannot hear anymore, but yeah, okay. So it works perfectly fine in game, but you cannot hear it on stream. It means it's my fault, and I'll do my best to fix it soon. Yeah, sound producer is here, sitting next to me. This is his hand. Come on here. Come on here. Show your face. Or maybe not.
Okay. I actually want to decide. Both of them looks pretty passable right now. This will be probably a bit easier also, and also I would love those copper bars. Now I realize that I'm playing on someone's other account and I forgot to disable call. Yeah, I think. Let's not go. Probably. But this one is pretty. Okay. Oh, is it enough? 5 per. You won't always be that lucky that you will get 2 different geysers on 2 like fierce glaze, small glaze that you encounter, but there are quite a lot of them. Could use the smelter pipes. Yeah, that would be better. Takes more about that. Okay, so everything is looking good, except I need to take care of the and get out of hand pretty quickly. Problem, yeah. Tomorrow to save the other fuels. Perfect. So I don't need to resolve right. It could be useful during the storm, especially that yeah, I won't be able to go to the draw anymore. That's good enough. I will probably manage to get some bars copper ore found in the clay deposit. In the end, the smelter that part of it. So I have a, and when he creates actually you need to think about it, because one of the strange things, or actually things you need to worry about, is that pipes are not returned to destroy the building. So I would salvage this example. It does not refund pipes. So you need to be aware of what do you connect, because it won't be funded, and find yourself wasting those precious pipe and precious metal on a biome that doesn't have that much of metal.
Michał, I've got a huge favor to ask. Can we quickly restart the game and try to get those sounds and music back? Because in the previous updates,
Sure.
in the previous updates, we also added new music. Oops. Let's move here. We also added new music, and it would be a shame if people couldn't hear it.
Sure.
Yeah, Mikołaj is very happy about it. Okay, please let me know when we're back. In the meantime, I will maybe quickly talk about the new upgrades in the Smoldering City. There are 7 of those. So Dim Square level 7, it's Pack of Provisions, Embark bonus, and Trader arrival time reduction. Brass Forge level 2, guaranteed planks on Embark and global production speed bonus. And let's see if music works. Go on. No, it doesn't. Sorry about that. We'll try to fix it for the next time. Obsidian Archive level 6, Rainpunk system unlock and impatience reduction, Monastery of Vigilant Flame level 5, guaranteed fabric when embarking and increased burning duration in the Ancient Hearth, First Dawn Company headquarters level 1, additional villagers as an embark bonus and more chances for bonus yields. First Dawn Company headquarters level 3, guaranteed bricks when embarking and more chances for bonus yields. And Vanguard Spire level 9, wine delivery and cosmetics delivery as embark bonuses and additional node charge increase. All of those will be included in tomorrow's update notes. We release them along with the update, so sometime between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. UTC when the update goes live. And speaking of update going live, if this is going to be your first Against the Storm update, then please remember that your current settlement will need to be forced finished. Yes, we have 3 layers of safes in the game, and every 2 weeks when new update goes live, your current settlement needs to be forced finished, but instead you are reimbursed with Citadel resources. Yeah, so that's worth remembering. And back to you, Michał. What is going on there?
Is looking pretty good. The one thing I need to be aware of is that I've started to accumulate Blightrot cyst because I'm boosting the production in the food workstation. Probably should it, but I don't mind that much. I have everything I need to fill the blight post. Use the marrow I found here to create the fuel, and I actually want to burn the cyst because I have a baptism fire. So on one hand, it can be a bit harder to generate like Blightrot cyst out of the thin air, because you can, like the rain collector or mine does not produce the blight anymore. But on the other hand, if you have access to water, you can find yourself with quite a lot of Blightrot pretty quickly, if you want to. Because, for example, if I decided, okay, it's enough, I don't want to risk it, I can just produce the engine and it won't generate anymore. But I'm fine with that. Or am I actually? think about it because it will take time to produce the purging fire. Let's see how. Maybe we will have a spectacular failure there too. I will place it here. I know it looks ugly, but I will move it later. A bit more space here.
We have 2 or even 3 cool questions. So, does the connection stay if you move the building?
Sure. Yes. I can move the crude workstation as much as I want. And what is interesting, I can even remove the crude workstation. It was in the previous system when you had Blightrot sys connected the building. Like, we couldn't allow you to destroy the building because that would be the best option to actually get rid of them, right? But now that the cysts are like spreading across the city, you can remove the crude workstation. I'm not sure if there will be pop-up or not because I don't remember if it's there for crude workstation. Let's check. There is. Okay, so let's see. It will say that I will get my 8 wood, I won't get the pipes back, and the 3 cysts on this building will move to another structure, which will be probably the clothier or the shelters here. So that is something I really wanted to fix, the inability to remove buildings basically through the considerable part of the year, because of, like, you had to wait for the beginning of the year when just after they removed the cyst, and remember to remove this building before it accumulated more cyst.
Yeah, another question. Are deeds unlocked on forced finishes? Asking for a friend. No, they're not, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately. I know what you're up to. And a very good question. Why is this part 1 of the Rainpunk update? What's the other part that's currently in development?
So there is a short answer and a long answer. The short answer is that there are a few things we want to still improve in this iteration. So you will have probably a lot of feedback about the new system, UI, and we'll spend another 2 weeks implementing those. But what's more important is the rain collector. The rain collector is in very particular, like, weird spot because we are using the rainwater, but we can't use rain collector to collect it, which is just weird. And also, it was always a design challenge because rain collector is creating a good out of a thin air, like literally out of the thin air. And it is really hard to balance. The spark you can't be that useful in anything because you have almost infinite amount of it. I mean, infinite basically amount of it, and it costs only 2 parts. So in the next update, we'll find another place for the rain collector, and it will be one of the, I think, more unique buildings and start something new in like the new trend in the unlocking blueprints, where you can unlock some very specific, very interesting buildings that are not necessarily institutions or production buildings, right? Because basically now you can pick, if you have full meta unlocked and you don't have any houses anymore in your rooster, you can unlock workshops, so buildings that make one thing out of another thing. You can unlock farms, gatherers, and institutions, and those are all, so basically production buildings and institutions. There are no like specialized buildings that could help you with trade, maybe buildings that could help you with exploration, and we would love to toy with this idea, and the rain collector will be our first approach. So this is the short answer. Do you want a long answer?
If we have time, and I think we have.
So
sure.
The long answer is the Blightrot has 2 sides, the Blightrot problem. The first problem was something that we tackle right now. So it was a tax. It was something you had to pay no matter what. It was like the generation of Blightrot was boring, and actually pretty tedious. Like you pay fuel for every good that you produce. So that's why the engines, now you can control it, now you have some interesting decisions to make. But there is another part to the Blightrot problem, as I call it. It's Blightrot post, and actually how you deal with Blightrot. The Blight post is actually like the only viable, like the only way you can deal with the sys, and there isn't much of a decision here. There isn't much of a strategy here. Like if you have the sys, you have to build the Blight post, pay the fuel, pay the work with the workforce, and that's it. So you would love to give some, like create some other ways and introduce some decision around how you deal with the Blightrot. Maybe if you have a build that is built around geysers and Blightrot and engines, maybe you can, I don't know, upgrade the Blight post to have flying robots that take care of the system, or I don't know, build some specialized towers that don't use any fuel. Like basically introduce some choices around how you battle the Blightrot. But that will probably come later. That will probably come after the 5th race. So it's part 1 out of part 3 or 4. We'll see. The long answer wasn't that long.
Yep. Okay, we've got a long one from Quizmonster. Corruption was an integral part of boosting economy. Now that only one building is boostable at default, and pipes are quite expensive at first, how do you expect this to impact other goods that use metal, that were often rare uses, as metal production is not all that frequent? Also, how do you see this impacting fuel for a comparably corrupted settlement prior to these changes?
So let's split this up a bit. I'm not sure if I understand correctly. When you say there is only one building that produces the light, what exactly do you mean? Like maybe Łukasz, because you can unlock the engines in any building you want. Basically, every single production building will have option to connect the engine, just a different one. Oh, nice, good. So you can have multiple sources in your village of the block.
Okay, so on Prestige 5, with starting pipes, you only have enough for one building, right?
Initially, yeah, sure. But there are like multiple sources of pipes. Maybe you don't have access to metal, sure, but you can buy them from traders. You can get them as rewards in orders. Maybe you got some, like, because the pipes are byproduct of metal. So maybe as I did, you got some embark crystallized dew, or maybe you got some copper bars from some order reward. Like, if there is a need, you will find a way. If you can boost your smokehouse, you will find a way to get those pipes. Just because the booth is the result is good enough to try. And it's actually not that expensive. Like Smelter has, I think, tier 2. It's basically 1 for 1. In the crude workstation, it's 2.5 for 1. So much worse, but still doable. If you need only 5, that's like in crystallized dew or whatever. So I feel that, and actually from our test, we got the same conclusion, that as we introduced some early use of metal, we found ourselves looking for this metal, like even in places we ignored it previously, just to get those pipes and connect it. So and when it comes to Blightrot, like our intention, and also from our observations and from the test on experimental, looks like it will be less of a problem early on when it's actually not that interesting, when you have like freezes and build the light post, but it can be a challenge later on. So it will shift a bit or actually change the curve a bit. That was only the first part of the question, if I recall correctly, but I don't remember the second part.
But I think it's all good. I think it's all good. Kids Monsters say, I see, thank you. Meanwhile, Schubert asks, are there orders related to new Rainpunk system? Yes, there will be 9 new orders. And are there orders that reward you with pipes?
I think there. I'm not 100% sure if I added them on time, but if they are now orders that rewards you in this update, there will be in the next one. But I'm pretty sure you can. Yes, I'm 100% sure you can.
Oh, so Aaron, producer, is here on chat. He says, yes, there are at least 2 now.
Sure, perfect. You can also, as I got the, like, as you embark, there are some goods that are always found in caravans, and there are also those who are randomized, and you can get the caravan with like higher amount of pipes, and maybe it will like encourage you to play a bit differently. Okay, actually, I will move.
So with the power of friendship, we were able to answer this question. So today you met almost the entire team. So there's me, Michał, Damian sitting behind Michał. There was Mikołaj here for a while, Aaron in the chat. And there's also one more person, 6th person, Natalia, who cannot be here today, unfortunately. But yeah, this is all us today on the stream in a way. Hello everyone who joined us a bit later. We are playing the Rainpunk update. Thank you for following us. So a huge thanks to Fraggle83, Uhin, Sunblaze, the 1000 Scar, Miss Yoongi, Hintlow, Sand Sailor, Powerhouse, Loyan, everyone who followed us and who's supporting us, because we get a lot of support from you guys. We appreciate it a lot. We are reading all the Steam discussions, Discord chats, Reddit posts, and everywhere where you reach out to us. Unfortunately, we don't always, we are not always able to reply on time or at all, but we're taking notes. We have a huge spreadsheet with thousands of suggestions already. So unfortunately we won't be able to fit all of them in upcoming updates. As you know, we usually fit around 100 changes, maybe a bit more, maybe slightly less, but that's about that. But keep your suggestions coming. This means a lot, and it's really, really helpful, especially with updates like Rainpunk, because we released it on the experimental branch. So huge thanks for everyone who decided to try the the very basic version, the version that didn't have art, music, and was probably much unbalanced. The system went through many iterations and is better thanks to you. Okay, Michał. So what is going on?
Okay, I'm a bit slow because of the talking, but I'm gonna check one more small light in case I find something. I can remove the dwarf here just temporarily, and I will actually focus on the RP's results. Those orders can be a bit easier now, as you can basically. It's something called sauna on experimental. So you put like for example 2 harpies there, and you increase their working conditions high enough that you actually see the result for the whole species. And we'll try to use that with favoring to get this one don't know. Except that actually, it's going pretty okay.
Yeah, and just to add one thing, aside from new orders that are related to the Rainpunk technology, there will be also 2 new forest mysteries and 1 new cornerstone.
Yeah, so of course this part will probably come a bit slower. So as we go with next updates, we will find some interesting ways to use the new system to introduce some very interesting cornerstones. Few of them are coming in this patch, but we would love to replace some maybe a bit boring or less peaked cornerstones. It's just something we do with basically every new system that we introduce. Same goes for orders. That never happened. Actually. So here's the new order. It says that I have to use 175 units of clearance water. I will get 5 pipes, which is well, but the reward isn't that great. And I would have to count on finding temple. Because as I embarked, I picked the passive scrolls, so I have 75 already. We'll see. I will leave it as it is. Oh, I can't. Order, but who knows? So it burned away basically. Okay, let's see. I need 15. Oh, but I don't have water. Problem. Let's see. Rotate it a bit. Maybe actually favoring will be enough. That was on. Okay, but I actually managed to create some pipes, some copper bars with the ore I found in clay deposits. It's like 1 out of 4, so each one. So I have to create a few pipes. Perfect. So we got one. Got. Don't need a copper bar. Pigments would be really good because we are going to aim for education because we have harpies and we have beavers. So the pigment could be useful. I don't see myself getting flour anytime soon. Really not produce. I could get flour or I have any right. But the skewers, I think. And maybe if we find a green geyser with drizzled water, and one as well. Let's see.
So maybe one quick question.
Sure.
Not that quick, really. Is there any intention to have some guaranteed way of being able to craft up pipes, even if it's through more advanced building than the old collector?
So, guarantee way to create pipes. It's so other than crude workstation, just because like in every game you'll have an option to create pipe, no matter what, because you can use crude workstation. And if you mean to get metal, that's a different story. I don't think there are anything like I won't guarantee you get metal, but there are like bajillion ways to get a metal in the game, and I just can't see a scenario where you had no option to get it, no matter what. Even I'm on the biome that doesn't have any ore, but I still managed to get some copper bars and create a few pipes. Even that was enough just to get another building connected. So you can be perfect. Actually, we could set up like 3 different gazers and a green one, and we didn't even have to go to the dangerous glades. It won't be a case in all games, so don't expect that to happen all the time. But we somehow got lucky, and I will actually have to think. Well, we need 2 more. Does that answer the question, or did I miss something?
Yeah, please let us know if that answers the question or not. Kids Monster asks, is there any info on the probabilities of Gazer type to Glade type? Yes, it was mentioned before, but any more specific info would be appreciated. So I guess, what's the chance of finding a Gazer on the Glade? Is that correct? If so, maybe that's the question.
Okay, so like in the game, you won't find the percent. You will get a feel after some time that it's more common on that the green one is more common on the small ones, and it's like I think Aaron will have better numbers here, but I think it's like twice as possible that you will find a drizzle gazer than a clearance gazer on small glade, and I think like every third or half of them has a gazer, something like that. But of course, as everything else, it's equalized through the map, right? So more or less there will be the same amount of gazers on each map, but they can, like, you can be lucky and unlucky still, right? I was very lucky to find like 3 different types so close to the initial half, but in some games that wouldn't be a case, right? So if you want numbers, there won't be any in the game, but maybe Aaron have them, because he was the one who was balancing the master glade.
Yep, I think that that's the answer. Yeah, and Aaron is already there in the chat discussing the probabilities, and if we really want to spoil it to all the players, because that's also part of the fun. Yeah, but we oftentimes we share such data with wiki creators, so community members who want to contribute to the official Against the Storm wiki. The official Against the Storm wiki was created by Hooded Horse, and if you don't know it, I'm just pasting link in the chat. So basically it's still in the works, and it will change all the time. So some data may be outdated, while some might be missing. I'm sure there's a lot more to add. So if you'd like to contribute, please join us on Discord. And there's a wiki channel, and all the instructions are pinned in one of the pinned posts. You just need to create an account, and you'll be able to contribute. This helps community. So if you have time, please join us on Discord. Join us on Discord anyway. There's a lot of fun going on there. Okay, let's move on. And aside from the Rainpunk mechanic, Rainpunk system, new orders, new forest mysteries, and new cornerstones, as always, we are adding a fair chunk of balance changes, UX improvements, and bug fixes. There will be there will be refreshed and extended music in the Smoldering City. So Mikołaj enhanced it. There will be new ambient sounds in the smoldering city, new variants of the upgrade sounds, etc. Yeah, there's a lot. There's more and more going on in the audio layer of the game as well. There are more changes, and many of you are asking if there are going to be new tracks. In the previous two updates, there were new tracks added. Now there are tracks enhanced, and probably I'm fairly sure there will be even more coming in the future. So please look out for them in the patch notes, or just listen to the music in the game and rejoice when there's something you haven't heard of before. So, question from Schubert. Sure. Have you thought about increasing the difficulty of high prestige or adding more levels? Sure. This update and the camp update are great, but they do make the game easier, I think, at least.
That's true. Like, they give you more options, basically. And that makes the game a bit easier, in some sense. So, one of the reasons I've decided to introduce the second type of engine, that I would love to finally tackle the problem of the favoring. I'm not exactly sure which solution I will pick, but we definitely will in the future take away the possibility to juggle the resolve to prevent some species from leaving. So not favoring someone because you really want to favor them, but just long enough to reset the timer. And unfortunately, it's not as easy as just giving a cooldown, because this cooldown will have to be like a minute or something, just to account for Lizard's resolve going slowly, the timer resetting, and stuff like that. So we are giving some options, but we'll also look for the most easy ways to win and basically tweak them. The other one is probably trading back and forth. It's something we have on our eye on for some time, and it will definitely change. So you won't be able to trade back and forth the same goods, so selling amber for amber with trader, just to, for example, increase the guild welfare perk or anything like that. So we would rather look for those cheesy options and make the game harder this way. And if there's if everything is smooth, everything is perfect, there are no those cheesy mechanics, then we can think about increasing the prestige levels a bit as well. Maybe the one more thing would be to join two Blightrot perks together, like the prestige modifiers, right? To one, because actually a bit weird. Like, we had to do it in such a way in the previous system, but currently it doesn't have much sense to split this so much. So there is a high chance that the low prestige will become a default on lower difficulties, and the high prestige will be just a modifier on the prestige. Then we'll get one more slot for a modifier, and we can think about something nasty for all the masochists of the board. Sure.
Yeah, some pretty cool insider info. Living Matter coin is about to crash so fast. Address Living Matter cheese, definitely.
Like this. So, as I said, oh wait. Someone is telling me. Okay, so as I said, there are other ways to tweak resolve early on just a bit now, and that should be enough to give you some viable option. You really need this like one point. Like it's not that you're, you know, my own all lizards are hungry or something, but I just need this one point, and I would normally juggle the resolve, right? Just to keep them from leaving. Now I can use a bit of water, even like switch places. Possible. Oh, I don't have blue water, that's the problem. Okay, so plan B. No, there won't be plan B because I need to remove the two Blightrot. Maybe there will be. Let's see. Okay, very good. Oh, I know where the extra coal got from. I was a bit surprised, but I I picked burn to a crisp, which again will be different now. Now that you can control, the generation of the system. For a split second, I thought I'm going to discover the dangerous glade, but I changed my mind as it was too close to the storm. Oh, by the way, like the one of the changes is that now you can fire Blightrot assist during the storm. So it's something you need to have an eye on. Here I got another Blightrot assist. And it's because now you can control it, so it's up to you. If you want to get more assists during the storm, feel free. If not, pay the price. Or actually, the other way around.
Yeah, and as we all love our overlays, the new Rainpunk system comes with its own overlay, right? So if you hold tab by default, you can set engines from the overlay. Yeah, overlays are very cool feature that are oftentimes overlooked. So if you didn't know, you can. There are multiple overlays in the game. So if you hold Control Alt B and now also Tab, you will be able to see various overlays in the game. They are all listed in the useful shortcuts entry in the encyclopedia. Encyclopedia also a very cool feature that you definitely need to check from time to time, especially now when the new Blightrot, when the new Rainpunk system comes. It will have its encyclopedia entry, so you can learn a bit more there. And as Michał mentioned a few times already, it sounds a bit like scary, maybe overwhelming, but I'm sure you'll get used to it pretty fast. Why isn't it called Raincyclopedia? Exactly.
I would definitely like I would say the rewards are better here, actually. Change my mind. Power of this. Okay, so we are about to open our first dangerous glade. That sounds very not metal-like in year 4, but I think we are doing pretty well by the impatience. I get my hand on some oil, I will also finish this one. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Good. Because I have a clothier that will make me scrolls if tier 1, and I have a lot of problems with that because I burn to crisp. I will for the coal. It could be also useful. I can make bars if I get the aura somehow. Upper camp, not. I already have one. This will be this nasty. More problematic. We'll probably burn some tomorrow just to get over it. Storage. Assign more people here. Yeah, we need to tackle this one as fast as we can, otherwise it will, or people will go hungry.
Yeah, so regarding what buildings produce pipes now, it's the tier 1 recipes, and the crude workstation tier 2 is in tool shop, and also tier 2 is in smelter. And when it comes to orders related to Rainpunk, the various tasks you might need to do are, for example, build geyser pumps, deliver drizzle water, use any type of water, install rain engines, use clearance water, use storm water, use drizzle water, use all 3 types of water, or deliver 2 types of water. Those are all the new ones that will be added to the game in tomorrow's update. Once again, a reminder: if this is your first update, please make sure to complete your settlement if you want to, I don't know, finish some deeds, because otherwise it will be forced finished, and you will be reimbursed with citadel resources.
Oh, good. Let's use both. Be my first event, that would be so I could actually start the, I think. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the haunted temple will be our goal, but I won't dare to start it until we are done with the living matter, and probably until the next storm is over, because the last thing I would want is to have this one at the maximum level in the middle of the storm. I catch some resolve here by later treatment, but I think right now, and it will be just a few bit of reputation, so I think I'm good without it. I'm producing scrolls just to be ready, so as soon as I have a temple, it's only tier 1, so it doesn't take anything I need that much, so I can produce it in the background just so I have it when the temple is ready, and it will probably let me boost harpies through the, I don't know, 3 or 4 reputation points, so it'll be perfect. The only thing I will have to look at is the lizards, because both beavers and the harpies will be happy, but for lizards I have skewers. So yeah, everything looks fine. I was a bit lucky with the initial glades, and also this one is pretty good.
So a question about species-specific benefits for pumps, like
Sure.
do you get any benefits for assigning a specific species? And
Currently, it's engineering, so it's for beavers. But I can already tell you that I would love the next species to be connected with the Rainpunk, and it will probably change. But it's for now it's for beavers. Yep. It could also change next week because currently you have a situation where you have a bonus to alchemy in Rain Collector, but spoiler alert, we will move the collector out of the initial buildings, so there is a high chance there will be also alchemy here from like in 2 weeks, right? We'll see. We need to count the initial buildings so they are more or less balanced.
And Michał, what about whenever we make changes to upgrades? What happens if we remove them? The player will be reimbursed, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, does it change in tomorrow's update? I need to check.
We only reshuffle them. So if you bought the Stormlight Archive 6, you will get the Rainpunk, like the rewards there instantly. So it remembers what you bought, and if the rewards in the upgrade change, you will just get them when you load the game. The only moment we give you back your currency is, for example, when we left the early access, or we started the early access, we completely changed the meta progression, and all the citadel upgrades changed. Then we returned you all the currency you've spent on them, and you could buy them again. But I don't think it will happen anytime soon. So nothing will be lost, no worries.
Yeah, and I think you revealed yourself as a huge Brandon Sanderson fan, because instead of Obsidian Archive, you mentioned Stormlight Archive. Oh. Yeah, we're all fans of Brando Sando here at Eremite Games. If you don't know, Stormlight Archive, fantastic books. You definitely need to check them out.
Right?
Sorry?
Actually, a series, right? Stormlight Archives. But yeah. Sorry. Okay, we're done with that, and we actually still have some food left, so it wasn't that bad. I thought we will get people really hungry. Or actually, the the harpies are really hungry, but it will go away. We have some food, so no worries here. We have some fuel, everything good here as well. So as soon as the storm is over, I will start working on the Haunted Temple and basically start farming reputation. We just need to survive this storm, which shouldn't be that much of an... Okay. Actually haven't looked what are the resources here. Okay, only roots, because there were ruins. Okay, so I should be able to pretty easily complete this one because I'm using the water all the time. I think I got the jerky from some order. Yeah, here. It won't be enough to get me 50, especially that probably the matter ate some, but we'll get there. So I will complete this one. Maybe I'll find some oil somewhere on the road. This one should be achievable as well. I just need few more pipes, basically. I could kill a trader.
The chat is giving you some tips that perhaps you should use limits on production with those 200 gold.
That's the quirk of not playing on my account, that I don't have limits here, but let's see. Actually, I'm not producing anything that could limits. Maybe here, right? I have 11. Oh, that much. Oh, wait, maybe. Like 10 will be enough, just to have something for trade routes if we need. I'm not planning to connect it as I don't need it that much. This one is over. I have a lot of parts. If I have to, I can gather all those small nodes.
By the way, a few suggestions appeared here on the chat. If we don't manage to reply to all of your questions or suggestions, there is a very nice tool that we're using. It's called Upvote or feedback.remitgames.com. I just shared a link in the chat. So basically how it works, you can post your ideas there and other people can vote for them. So this helps us keep track of all of your ideas and prioritize them. We write down all your ideas anyway and keep them in a huge Google spreadsheet, like I mentioned before. And we try to categorize them and, you know, make some nice charts to see what we need to address first or what might need to be addressed in the upcoming updates. But sometimes I'm aware that not everyone wants to, you know, share their ideas on the chat or you know, prefer to anonymously vote or anonymously post suggestions. This is what you can do on our feature request board. You don't need to set up an account. You can just, you know, use it anonymously. And so I recommend to check it out from time to time to see what ideas were posted by other players and to vote for ideas that you care about. Yeah, so just a tip that if you have very specific suggestions for features, this is the best place to share them.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to read my forest mysteries, and I have a Blightrot pony on my farm fields, and I would be annoyed because I don't have that much of a food, but actually the rewards are pretty cool, so I won't argue here. And if we finish it, we probably won't finish it for the trader. It takes 5 minutes. I have, oh yeah, but I can speed it up. So it's 18 per minute, so I think I can do. Yeah, it will be 2 minutes, so there is a chance I will get this 20 amber in my storage, especially that they are on the left. Good enough for actually Zorg. I don't know if I need Zorg, but maybe he'll have some metal bars or we'll see. Or maybe pipes. We'll see. Thomas, I don't think I will wait with me. Oh, actually, there's the oil I needed. I need 30, but 20 is good enough. I will just disable it so it won't accidentally be taken away, because I need to sacrifice it. And I will tackle it right away. Actually, I can take more. They were gonna starve anyway. So, who cares? How? Harpies. Okay. Should be enough to stop the harpies. The lizard should be good. It will take them some time. Oh, actually. I don't. So let's. What could we do for our poor little lizards? Deliver this one. Let's build the lizard house, at least one, and also burn some fuel just to prevent the lizards from leaving.
Yeah, this starts to get exciting. Some pressure.
Pressure, yeah. I mean, those two are the worst because I will starve for another 3 minutes, basically. So it could be a problem, but we're gonna see. Okay, so he got some pipes. Maybe the pack of building materials wasn't that much of a waste in the end. That's a lot of pigment, but actually it's pretty when it comes to selling. But I could sell coats. I have quite a lot of them. Let's see. Okay, so he doesn't have anything useful for me. Yep. But I won't get 25. I won't even try. Okay, so thank you, Zor. Oh, you were used. Because I will get the geyser pump. I won't be able to upgrade the cookhouse yet, I think. Maybe I will juggle the pipes and remove the clearance pump. We'll see.
Yeah, as soon as the capitalism was mentioned in the chat, Zork arrived suspiciously.
Yeah.
Surprising.
On the screen. I knew it. Oh, that's... Okay, let's wait for more planks. Basically, maybe I could... Perfect. Cool. Let's rebuild the temple. It should start making problems probably at the same time that living matter will be dealt with. So I should be good to go. That one is great for me right now. I doubt I will have any biscuits. Yeah, I can't produce biscuits, and I really do enjoy this this perk, but I won't get flowers soon. Let's see. Okay. Lot price contract it is then. Cool. We'll see. Someone dies and this will happen from it. And my orders. Actually, my last order, which is this one. Basically I'm not trading at all, but the the fossil leaching is pretty great here. Oh, I will just leave it. That's the advantage of the last order. I can just no use for you. Probably have a lot of homeless people.
Okay, so there's a question. Can you make this video available to watch later on Twitch? Yes, the video will be available on Twitch for the next 2 weeks, but I was also downloading all the previous streams, except for the first one, unfortunately, and I plan to upload them all to our YouTube channel very soon. So you will be able to rewatch all the previous live streams to see all the things we didn't want to mention, but somehow we did, like our thoughts on species, stuff like that. So all the sneak peeks you get when you watch live streams. So yeah, definitely go follow our YouTube channel. I'm gonna post link right now in the chat. It would help us. It would help us a lot if you subscribe. We plan to add more cool things there in the future, like the archive, live stream archive. And thank you for following us here as well. So, Michał, a question. Do you plan to finish the settlement right now, or maybe we'll finish it? sometime later, because it's getting a bit late, and we still have some work on the update tomorrow. So I'm wondering, what's your estimation?
That should be easy, really, to be honest, because I will survive this one. I will survive the Haunted Temple. The Living Wonder is almost over. I will use the Simaro I got here just to speed it up. So I would probably lose like one person here, maybe not, if I would play it correctly. And then I will use the Temple, which is pretty awesome. To get education, to actually get a boost from education, and this plus tours, which I should be able to find some like input with the Trapper's Camp I picked early on. I should be able to get like 5 or 6 points of result from the harpies. Or even with the infinite amount of clothing I have, because I finished the timed order, I should be enough to get even beavers into the resolve. And then there are like all those buildings I could use. So I'm pretty much settled here. The one thing I would target is to, as I have a green gazer, I would find some person just to pump it a bit. And as soon as I get few pipes, I think I need 3 of them. So I need basically 2 bars or 3 bars to get them. I would crank the cookhouse and just light the whole town, which would be perfect for burn to crisp and the baptisms of fire. So I would say I was pretty lucky. I would say this would go smoothly from now on. Even though it's year 5 and I've discovered only like 1 dangerous glade.
Yeah, so this is like the last time to ask your questions, last chance to ask your questions. Hit us, chat. What would you like to know about the upcoming update or the future of the game? It's the time. Is the pump going to be an essential building?
Yeah, sure. As soon as you unlock the Rainpunk in the Citadel, you'll get this in every game. Yep.
Do you devs prefer coffee, tea, or energy drinks? This is a tough one. For me, it's coffee. For Michał, probably Monster energy drink. Although I didn't see him drinking that much energy drinks here lately, so the times are changing. But it used to be Monster energy drink.
Yeah, the coffee is probably a bit healthier, so trying to drink coffee with Lauren instead of energy drink.
Yeah, and this one's for you. What's your favorite Sanderson book? Because you've read all of them.
Oh, okay. So the Way of Kings. Yeah, definitely. I mean, not definitely because they are all good, very good. But yeah, the Way of Kings.
Yeah, he keeps citing it all the time. All the words of Radiance, right? Journey before destination. I think that's the most overused by Michał. How's the next species coming? Truth be told, we've been focusing on Rainpunk. So probably in the next update or the one after that, there will be in-game vote. We will present you with 2 options. 2 options that we will first. We are now brainstorming various possibilities, various species that could be added to the game. We will pick 2, the best ones that we think would fit the world of the game and the gameplay itself. And then we will give you option to vote for one of those 2 species in the game. The in-game vote will last for a while, and then we will work on the one that you picked. So honestly, it will take time until we implement it to the game, because we cannot start the hard work before you decide. So my rough estimation is probably sometime in April, maybe it will be playable on the experimental branch before, but without all the fancy models, new building models and stuff. So yeah, realistically, it will take at least 2-3 months before the species are added to the game. What's more? Are there any plans on rebalancing forest mysteries, or for now are things set and maybe change based on suggestions, feedback?
So basically we are trying to balance them all the time, like the rest of the game we are just tweaking them as we go. We had some large overhaul I think like 2 months ago, so there won't be any like major changes, but there are quite a few that I would love to change, like for example the one that just the positive one that are not as good as others. For example, the shorter break if you have a cloth, if you have cloaks, and maybe tweak some of the levels of the higher ones. I would also, you're gonna kill me for that, but I would also love to find a way to return to the vassal tax. But we'll see. We'll see. If the vassal tax will return, it will return in a form that it's not so annoying as it was, basically. And it doesn't have a permanent penalty, because that was the worst part.
Can we get more flavor text in places?
Can we get more flavor? So that is connected to, I mean, the short answer is yes. Long answer is we are going to try a few things before the early access is over regarding the world and the world map and goal of the game, but we haven't decided yet. So the short answer, yeah, sure, we'll definitely add more flavor and like let you discover the world a bit more, but maybe that's not all of, like maybe we'll go farther. That's
yeah. Let's keep your fingers crossed. It all depends on the resources, on time that we have, and the priorities that you also set for us with all the suggestions listed in the upvote and with all the feedback that we get. So the next one, do you plan on allowing more than 3 species per game?
So I can answer this one. No, definitely. I in some custom game, but in one game, like regular game, I think it would be too much noise. Like the matrix of who consumes what and when with 4 species, that would like that would be too much. Just too much to worry about. And basically you would need everything. Like every single good that there is in a game would have its use, and it's actually a bit opposite of what the game is supposed to be. So yeah, but maybe in some custom game, maybe the UI would probably need to change, so lessens the possibility, lowers the possibility.
Okay, so that will be it. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming here to play the experimental, the previously experimental, now live update. It's going to be added to the game tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. So make sure to finish your settlements. Make sure to read the update notes and the encyclopedia entry about Rainpunk. Thank you for asking all of your questions and for all the support that we get. There's been a lot of very nice stuff said on the chat. I didn't read all of those, but you should really feel proud of yourself. People are saying a lot of nice things. So thank you very much, and please keep please keep sending your suggestions, your feedback, your ideas. We want to make the best out of early access, so we want to hear from you, even if there are things that you don't like. Oh, there's maybe one thing that that I want to also mention, considering feedback forums and stuff. So the essential part of the game is that every run is different, so your experiences may vary. For some people it will be hard, for some people it will be easy. Some will have more difficult runs and maybe more failures, while some will find everything easy. And so when you share feedback and discuss feedback with other players, please keep that in mind, that the game is all about replayability, about different settlements, about different conditions. So everyone is experiencing it a little bit different, and sometimes they may get a little bit more unfortunate. So yeah, this is just to remind that we value all feedback, and yeah, even if it's not maybe popular or the same as other people, we value all feedback, and we always try to, filter it or like think for ourselves. So don't worry, don't ever be discouraged from sharing your feedback. We appreciate all that you give us. Right, Michał, do you have anything to add today?
I think we are all good. I just want to thank you for all the great feedback you are giving us, and I just can't stress it enough how much does it help us to develop the game, how much the game has changed since we've launched the early access, because of your feedback, because of your help and your ideas. So keep it going, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, I was muted, and I was just spoiling all the fifth species. Sorry about that. I'm really, really sorry about that. Thank you once again for watching, and have fun playing the Rainpunk update tomorrow. Let us know what you think. Bye-bye.
See you on the Discord.